She knocked a single point off and lost it all. The coworker, the project, the career, the evaluation. By evening, the office was empty, just the AC humming, and down the hall a bulb flicking on and off like it couldn't make up its mind. Lisa sat at her desk with a cup of coffee gone cold. On the screen, the rating sheet, numbers, percentages, names, colored cells blinking like traffic lights in a snowstorm. She scrolled, 7s, 8s, 9s, same old beat. Then the cursor froze on one name, Jessica. Jessica, 10 years younger, walks light, smile easy, cracks a joke, even the bosses laugh. Clients latch on to her first minute. On screen, a 9, flashing steady. High, earned. One tap on enter, job done. Her hand hung there. This morning in the meeting, every eye had turned to Jessica, not her. And the boss in the hallway, that girl's sharp, patted Jessica's shoulder. The whole pack chuckled. Lisa stood 2 steps away, invisible as drywall. Another echo. HR last week. Lisa is stable, no breakthroughs. Stable, like a bad tooth stuck in the jaw. Since then the word scraped every swallow. And now, here it was again, grinning at her from Jessica's 9. In the team chat, they asked for volunteers for the big product pitch. 3 names got tagged. Hers wasn't one. The cursor blinked, waiting. Lisa moved the mouse a hair. 9 dropped to 8. Just 1 notch. On paper, nothing. Inside, loud as a gunshot. No one would ask. No one would check. Her chest thumped. For a second, even the AC seemed to shut up, and the hallway bulb froze, listening for the click. Small move, harmless as lint, yet cold, coiled low in her gut. First domino stone nudged, the row already leaning. Even the save ping sounded like a deadbolt sliding shut. Lisa closed the file, drained the bitter coffee, hit the light. The bulb winked at her back. The mark was made, thin as a scratch in polished wood. At first, you miss it. Then, you can't unsee. Morning cracked open noisy. Doors squeaked, phones rang. The coffee maker hissed like it had a grudge. Jessica walked in smiling, paper cup in hand. Her coat was freckled with rain, dots marking her route like a cheap map. Half an hour later, the email landed. Quarterly ratings. Jessica opened it, walking to her desk. In the overall efficiency slot, 8. Not 9. Just 1 rung down. Small on paper, fatal on the bonus. Her smile dropped. She squeezed her watch strap till a red welt marked the wrist. 1 more hour. Push it up. Then I'll breathe. Energy like that could light the whole floor, joked the guy by the coffee maker, stacking cups like poker chips. 8 means a bonus cut, plain and simple, said accounting, without looking up from his spreadsheet. Just don't drag us in on Sundays, muttered operations, badge dangling sideways. Jessica powered up her computer. When someone tossed her a "How's it going?" her answer rang cheerful. Inside, the floor had shifted. She opened 3 windows at once: client email, performance dashboard, draft deck. Her cursor ran like it was late for a train. Lisa watched from the glass meeting room, folder closed, eyes drifting back north, to Jessica. Fingers flying, fast and clean, keys clicking like an abacus. Not tired, not rattled, just driving harder. Heat bled into the room. By lunch, Jessica signed herself on to extra tasks. New version of the deck, fresh market comp, another risk table. Lunch block got renamed Call Plus Checklist. For Lisa, no comfort, The opposite. Her little move hadn't slowed Jessica. It poured gas on her fire. Voices buzzed by the coffee maker again. Lisa drank bitter coffee, staring away. That little slip had turned into Jessica's fuel. For Lisa, it was a splinter that wouldn't stay under the skin.
Friday came gray and sticky. Envelopes lay on the desks, quarterly checks. Jessica tore hers open by the cube. Numbers stared back, lower than planned. Not a disaster, just crooked enough to sting. Bills lined up in her head, rent due end of month, auto pay Wednesday, mom's pills by Friday. This check decided whether she coasted or crawled the next 4 weeks. Maybe even a ticket to see her sister, if anything was left. "Well, happy?" asked the guy next door, waving his own check like a flag. "Fine," Jessica said, voice flat, color drained. Lisa walked past, caught her eyes. No sulk there, only steel, like injustice had shoved Jessica off the wall and sent her running. By evening, the floor emptied. Elevators hummed with chatter. Jessica stayed put. Work rolled in steady beats. Table, check, fix, save. KPI sheet, client reply, rate models, what-if trees. Timer flashing blocks of 45 minutes. She swatted the reminders like flies. White noise in her headphones hissed against the quiet. Managers showed up holding tea. "Take the weekend, unless you're in the zone." Jessica nodded, typed another line, added to her list. "Prep case for raise." Lisa stopped for her umbrella. Through the glass, she saw Jessica bent over the screen, sharp movements, relentless. From the outside, dedication. From the gut, irritation. That small mark had turned into speed, and the arrow pointed Jessica's way. Later, Lisa opened her inbox, typed a draft. "Good momentum on the project. Keep it up." Fingers froze. Highlight. Delete. Window gone. Like the thought never existed. Outside, the rain pushed harder. Glass rattled in the frames. The check was smaller, but Jessica's drive kept climbing. Down the hall, the same light flickered, like it marked a shift into a gear Lisa never asked for.
Spring in Chicago dragged cold and wet. The AC droned, one long note, like it got stuck there. Jessica showed up early, left late. Her desk drowned under folders and half-dead mugs of coffee, like a shoreline after a flood. The ringing started, thin, constant. Ears buzzed, fingers missed keys, cursor jittered on send, password scrambled, autocorrect spat strangers' words. "Can't feel my fingers," she thought. "If I bail now, who finishes?" Coworkers still cracked jokes. "You live here or what?" She laughed too, hollow, voice ringing sharp. Shadows sank deeper under her eyes. Sometimes she forgot to mute. Clients heard her quick gasps, like steps on a stairwell. The big account chewed her hours. She triple-checked every figure, rewrote the deck again and again. The more she pressed, the more cracks showed. Deadlines slipping, files lost, replies off tone. Calendar swelled with calls, gaps of 7 minutes. Too short to rest, long enough to worry. Lisa watched. At first quietly pleased, then risk pinged. Need project status plus forecast. Escalation if no update by EOD. A jab of panic. If Jessica broke, Lisa was target. Reports bore her name. She opened a Plan B draft, wrote one bullet, closed it. Morning meeting. Bulb in the conference room blinked steady, like a bad metronome. Jessica's report faltered. Numbers tangled, tabs jumped. A client asked a simple check. Silence. She dug for the right file. The pause stretched while the light stuttered on and off. In the hall, whispers. She's cooked. Shame. But you haul that much, what else you expect? Lisa took bitter coffee from the machine. 2 stones scraped in her head, pleasant and frightening. That night, Jessica sat in the glow. Her face in the screen reflection looked older. The little mark from the sheet now etched on skin. The chain spun on like a roulette wheel no one bothered to stop.
Monday morning felt wrong. Too quiet. Jessica was always first in. Lights on, coffee brewing, project file open. Today, empty chair, jacket on the back, pen stuck mid-sentence. An hour later, the system spat an email. Subject, resignation letter. She was out, on paper, by choice. The text read, pursuing a role aligned with long-term growth and health. 2 short thank yous, last day marked, words tidy. Between them, exhaustion, final. In chat, she asked for archive access, dropped a clipped handover plan. Co-workers gathered by her desk, whispering, "Can't believe it, she carried us." "Docs need to swap by Wednesday," said the pragmatist, checklist already open. "This place don't run on coffee, it runs on numbers," another muttered. The handover list, orbit client, revenue models, rate risks. A new channel opened, 3 files pinned, as if neat folders could stand in for a person. Lisa sat in her office, catching fragments through the wall. Relief and fear rubbed together. Relief, irritant gone. Fear, the project gone too. By noon, the director called her in. The corridor echoed each step. His office smelled of leather, paper, a thick folder on his desk. "Explain." Voice flat, eyes cold. "How did we lose someone like that? Project worth millions." Lisa muttered about personal reasons, unforeseen factors. Words fell flat. The folder shut. "We didn't lose a talented girl. We lost a leader. Rebuild falls on you." She left. Echoes swallowed her steps. Later, she passed Jessica's desk. Laptop open, Growth Strategy 2025. Slides lined like train cars. A comment blinked. "Lisa, let's discuss later." Tag, unresolved. Lisa knew the bank's near future rode out with that document, and no one left to pull the brake.
3 months on. Charts turned colder. Reports, NPS down 12, churn up 18, revenue lost north of 3 million. A few clients gone, the rest answering slow. A memo circled, standardized communication, tightened deadline control, words neat, flow still dead. In the morale survey, most ticked below average. At the meeting, the director laid down a thin report. 3 big clients gone. We all know why. Lisa nodded. No reply came. She stayed after. Folder Q1 losses spread on the table. Pages smelled damp. Old markers replayed in her head. Lamp, cursor, cactus. Ordinary things, till they started talking. That evening, she walked by Jessica's desk. Badge still on the hook. Cactus in its pot. Soil gone gray. Lisa poured water. Drop sat there hard as glass. She added another. It slid off. vanished in the dust. She opened the laptop, screen lit up, file Growth Strategy 2025 sprang open. In the corner, a note. Lisa, let's discuss later. Flag unresolved. Cursor blinking like a lighthouse nobody cared to shut off. Slide 3, quarterly goals. Progress bar stuck halfway. She sat, silent. One point had once looked like nothing. Now it showed in numbers, in empty chairs on calls, in the dry soil of a pot. A single click had turned into a loss formula, a percentage with no excuses. Down the hall, the same lamp still blinked. Maintenance requests filed 3 times. On, off, on, off. Lisa watched the pulse, saw her own graph in it too. Peak, drop, search for balance. Balance never came. And it wasn't Jessica's story anymore. It was hers. A year later, Chicago, wet and cold again. Rain sliding down the tower glass while Lisa rode the elevator up. Lobby quiet, conference room polished, everything steady, no flicker. At the head of the table sat Jessica. Same score she once lost, now in a dark suit, hair parted neat, folder shut tight. The light above held steady, didn't breathe. "Good to see you," she said, voice flat, polite, no colors in it. She turned pages, marked margins, fired short questions. In the pauses, only the assistant's pen clicked. "We will revert after internal alignment," she added, nodding at the secretary. Lisa sat across, papers trembling in her hands. In the glass table she caught ghosts, the unresolved comment, the dead cactus, the hallway lamp still blinking in memory. A faint ringing in her ears, proof nothing fades clean. Jessica signed the last page, closed the folder, motion sharp like a lock snapping shut. No triumph, no malice, just habit. She didn't look at Lisa longer than at any vendor. The door opened, meeting done. Lisa stepped into the corridor. Glass walls clear, rain cut long stripes down them. She stopped, faced her reflection, whispered without sound. Then a point. Now a signature. The reflection shivered as the door closed behind her. Inside, the light burned steady. Outside, the rain kept tapping its own beat, a beat that owed no explanations.